killed King Robert and literally fucked up the Seven Kingdoms or whatever it's called, or Westeros or whatever. And that little fucking piece of shit, that blonde little shipwreck became king, and everything fell to shit. That was because fucking a boar literally gored the shit out of him when he was out on a hunting trip, man. He killed himself with his arrogance. That's because he underestimated a pig. And if you underestimate a pig, you get fucked up. Words to live by. Because he was drunk as fuck as well. Yeah, well, he's always drunk. 30 to 50 wild boars. All right, guys, let's go. It's time for yet another episode of the King of Cannons. The man himself down here in the bottom right-hand side in the blue, representing Quasar Gamers, it is printf. Up here in the top left, his Protoss opponent, it's Jimmy Bob. Never trust a man with two first names, they say. Why have you got two first names? Are you trying to hide something? Jimmy Bob. His middle is probably like Jimmy Bob Dennis Dave. That's like his middle name and his last name is Dennis. And like, Jimmy Bob Dennis Dave? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, could you not make up your mind? Like, your parents drunk? He's like, yeah, they were really drunk on moonshine when they named me. printf's going to come up, puts a threatening cannon. He can potentially cage a cannon there, and I believe can also maybe reach one cannon there with a little wall off in front of it. He's threatening. He's got a second probe on the way across the map. Remember, guys, printf, many times 6K MMR, top 16 GM player on the NA ladder. Cannon rushes every game, even when his opponents know it's coming. And here in PvP, stops at 16 probes, 2 probes in the opponent's base. Jimmy Bob, you got to pull more than this. Jimmy Bob, underestimating it. That cannon has quite a bit of surface area. He could actually get 2 or 3 probes in there and stop that getting up, but he didn't go for it. Jimmy Bob lets the cannon go up. He's going to go for the recess defense. So what he's going to do with the recess defense, which sounds like a weird catchphrase, he's going to try and get shield batteries here, going to try and get stalkers out. And since that cannon's not really in range of anything, if you can get, oh, I mean, this cyber core's too late though. That cyber core is so late. If you can get rid of these probes and stop more cannons going down, that'll be huge. Oh, this probe needs to survive. Look at this. This probe's going to try and lure these probes. A lot of probes starting to go down. That's 3 of them. Oh, nice wall off by Jimmy Bob. A lovely maneuver. And he builds the zealot as well. So he can now say, look, you're trapped out of my base. I just need to get stalkers out and I'll be fine. Needs to get workers back on gas mining desperately though. Somehow has no money right now. I mean, I think he's actually screwed up a little bit by not building more probes and getting the second gateway. I don't think was necessary in this scenario. Oh man, it's going to be hard for him to defend this. Cannons here. That is of course going to work that down, and this probe going to try to get in that base. We've got 1 stalker on the way. Desperately needs the 50 gas for the second stalk. He's got to start up right now. Jimmy Bob, you've got to get that second stalker right now. You cannot delay, man. You've got to stop these cannons getting up. printf's in there. He's been banking minerals for this opportunity. Ooh, 4 cannons go down. Almost all of them in range of the mineral line in the Nexus. Probe's going to have to be pulled off the line to defend that zealot. The stalker's trying to defend. Second stalker only now starts up. That's too much firepower. printf, oh man, lock, stock, and 2 smoking zealots right now. And this right here is it's a panicky Jimmy Bob, man. He's like, ah! Yeah. Oh no, is he actually? No, he doesn't even get out the second stalker, as if he wasn't already dead enough. That shield battery drained of energy. And printf there with a textbook cannon rush. For those of you who don't know, by the way, if you're struggling against cannon rushes, you hate me glorifying this, please do hop in my Twitch chat, !cannons. Type that in my Twitch chat. If you're watching on YouTube, you can go there. Even if I'm not live, my bot's always there, ready to link you up videos. And it links out, it's a couple of years ago, before shield batteries were released, but it's all about defending cannon rushes. People say, but shield batteries make it harder. What you're going to notice, the common theme there's 3 sections, 3 separate YouTube videos that links, 1 on each matchup, and how to defend cannon rushes, as well as talking through the details, me and printf discussing while watching some of his replays, how he can set it up, all the different variations that he can kind of transition into. So if one thing gets blocked, he does something else. If that gets blocked, he does something else. So he's got these many different paths, but we also talk about what's the best way to block it. How do we block it? How do we block his next step and his next step? And the common theme is one of the best ways to do it is to pull a frig ton of workers and to block the most crucial spots. Once you have an understanding of what that first pylon represents. You'll notice there's 2 or at most 3 potential cannon spots that it can go down in. If you block those spots with probes, or while chasing his probes down with a few more, they will not get the cage up. If they don't get the cage up, the moment cannons go down, you can kill those cannons with probes. But we saw that gateway get the cage up in that game and absolutely messed his opponent. So let's go. And next one is going to be a PVT called Traumatized by Cannon. So we're going to do a few printf King of Cannons replays here in a row. Watch some of these beautiful executions. Like that last one was just like really, really lovely execution of him after getting walled out of the main. And the way his probes rotate around, he waits for the moment where there's an opening, and then he just pounces. Very well executed. All right, guys, down here in the bottom right, the King of Cannons, it's printf. It's also the king of Microsoft Excel, for those who don't know. Spreadsheet master. Up here in the top left-hand side, a absolute tryhard who wants to hide his identity. It's a Barcode Terran. So we always have placeholder names. I'm going to let you guys name this Barcode Terran so that we have a name other than Barcode to use. We can't use Pile of Sticks because I've already cast, I think it was a Florencio Files game where we called his opponent Pile of Sticks all game. We could call him Army of Snakes, lots of ones, Code Bar, Angry Boy, Salty Boy, Codex. We don't know he's angry or salty yet. Bamboo Forest. All right, Bamboo Forest. Hat Underbred comes up with the best name there. Hat Underbred, you legend. You legend. I like it. All right, we're going to see a pylon here. His opponent, knowing he's up against printf, is trying to blind counter this by walling him out and going for 2 barracks. So this is so funny. I would never go for this response to it because I feel like you're so one-dimensional. You have no gas, no command center. And you know what? He knows how to transition. He starts probes, starts his gases. This is a lot of players on NA ladder. Whenever there's something aggressive, they always try to overreact and hard counter. The problem is right now, you're giving up these 2 depots. You're already investing in 2 bunkers. That stops the cannons getting into your base. It doesn't stop him building a Stargate and Tempest Seer or a Robo and Immortals and a Warp Prism. And without stim, without gases, without an expansion, you're going to be fucked. These probes have already got so much damage on that depot. And oh, look at that, just spotting the high ground from there. Well done. Nice play here by printf. He's got that on hold position. If the Marine comes to shoot it, the cannon will cover it. And both depots are going to go down behind that. Double gas, chronoing probes. Cybercore is going to go down back here. And, I mean, this is just such a nice, aggressive forward position. And you see it. I mean, these Marines are trying to do what they can, but what's your options now as the Terran player? You've just locked yourself into unupgraded Marines on 1 base. Bamboo Forest. I think it's looking a bit more like... are those waving in the wind a little bit? Are those sort of ridged towards the top? Is there a bit of... kind of like a vague mushroom shape? Is it wacky waving inflatable dick town? I think it might be that. Bamboo Forest is just locked himself into a corner here. This is the classic mistake. We see super high GM players say, I'm going to overreact. And the thing is, I don't think this is overreacting. I think this is the bitchy way of overreacting. I think if you want to overreact, you get your workers down there and you do not let this position get established. You do not let printf have complete control because look at that Stargate shield battery, adept here. So even if you push these probes back, the adept can shade to the high ground. So look at that, goes forward, tanks shots, but the adept's here by this point. Another Marine goes down, you're dead. You're so screwed. What can you do from here? I'll build a factory now at 3 minutes. He checkmated himself, man. And this is what I love because printf, you know, people always go, it's cheese, it's all. And we have a long discussion about that, I believe, at the start of the King of Cannons episode, if I remember correctly. And he's like, no, I don't think it's cheese. He's like, cheese is something that's like one-dimensional, and if your opponent knows it's coming, they can stop it. But I play on my own account. I don't play on a barcode. Everyone knows I cannon rush every game, and they can't stop it. And even if they stop one version of it, I transition into another version. And I have so many variations. He's like, I don't think that's, you know, what I think of as cheese or a gamble or a one-dimensional strategy. He's like, no, like I've perfected this style. Now, personally, I do think it is a bit cheesy. I personally do think it's not as flexible as other styles, but I think a lot of players just have no understanding of how to deal with it. And I love printf, and I think he takes it to a level where it's hard to stop. It really is very hard to balance it. But I don't think you can allow a Protoss player to build their base in your base, especially with the shield batteries now being part of the game. Look at this, 3 adepts. They can one-shot Marines. They could wreck these Marines in a head-to-head fight. He's got a fleet beacon. He's going to make Tempests. And there's no answer to this. You're building 2 starports. What are you going to do? Build Vikings 2 at a time? Tempest with shield batteries is just going to pick away at you. This is going to be such a hard fight for Bamboo Forest. And I think printf, I think one of my... Oh, I think he was thinking about committing to that. I think one of my favorite things is after we did that show and I started cannon rushing a lot on my Star-Lord Cheese account, and he would always hop in my chat. Every time I do a bad cannon rush, printf happens to be in my chat, and he's always just like fail fishing in chat. Really, he's just like, oh, really, Pig, please stop doing it. He's like, can you just remember the spots and actually do a well-executed one for once? Oh, sick dodge, baits the mine shot, pulls back. And especially when I first started doing it, I would always expand behind it. I'd kind of fuck it up, create some damage, create a weird game, and I'd instantly expand. He was like, Pig, remember the rule I taught you. 1 base or die trying. He's like, if you expand, all you're doing is giving up momentum and letting your opponent back into the game. He's literally, yeah, he's just posted his own emote in chat right now, guys. That's right. It is a Nexus with a cancel sign on it. printf does not expand. He always feels like he wants to create a situation where he can then leverage tech to finish the game off. Like, he actually has an emote on his stream of a Nexus with a friggin' cancelled sign on it. It's amazing. And look at this. He's picking off the SCVs so nicely right now. He's saving energy on the Oracle because there's no threat. But now as the Vikings come forward, he's going to need to get out of there real quick. Real quick. We got 3 Vikings building at a time. More shield batteries. Those Tempests got to be careful. Tempests only have 275 combined hit point and shields these days, guys. They do actually have 2 armor, but that does not help on the shields portion of them, which is almost half of their hit points. So he's saving the Oracle energy so he can tag them, and then when the Vikings try to go in and out of vision, the Oracle Revelation, or tag as we call it, is going to provide vision. So he starts doing it now, and you can see, just by seeing the buildings, he almost sees those Vikings. They can't really come forward. Picks off a Widow Mine! And look, very nice. And look at this, and he can target the SCVs as well. Uh-oh. Those Vikings are thinking about coming forward. Remember, Tempests have much longer anti-air range than anti-ground. It is the difference between 10 and 15. Shoots the Widow Mine. Really needs to focus down these SCVs, I think. He's draining the resources of his opponent, but I mean, we're going to have to 8 Vikings, which is quite scary. Uh-oh, you gotta be careful, printf. Focus fires the Viking. It's not enough though. Is it enough? Oh my god. He's got cannons there. The cannons are so important. The Vikings will get shredded by those cannons. We've got 4 Tempests, all of them still alive, and a 5th one on the way. 5 Adepts here as well. Remember, even if the Viking area is 1, if all the Marines go down, the Adepts will just start ruining the SCV count. This is a really hard position. Bamboo Forest is actually being so patient, has repaired for such a long time, is doing this about as well as you could hope for. But, oh man, I feel like even should have probably sent the early Vikings to go hit the other side of the map. If you go land 2 Vikings in your opponent's base, I think you've got a better shot here. The Vikings gonna come forward. Can they get it? 1 shot. Oh, gets the low hit point 1. Gets another. 2 Tempests go down. Nice snipes there. Bamboo Forest answers in kind. I'd love to see a bit of repair. Repair those low hit point SCVs. He's thinking about going across the map. He's gonna send 4. They're very wounded, but can land those. Force a recall potentially as well. I think those Adepts should dive, to be honest. I actually would love to see these Adepts dive already. Look at this, just picking off a few of these Marines. Yeah. The Adepts win this battle. And if he can force the Vikings to land, the Tempests will pick them apart before they get back in the air. And this is nice. I mean, he's got to hit now because he's got no defense at home. There is literally nothing at home. printf needs to go. The Marine count getting absolutely wrecked. There's only 3 Marines here. He's got to pull those Tempests back, though. That's everything. Those Tempests are what gives him superiority in this position. Picks off... Oh, okay, yeah, forces the Vikings to land. And this is what I was talking about, guys. Even though the Vikings do good damage, the Tempests come back in. They start picking off these Vikings. The Adepts trying to evade them. 4 of them get behind the mineral line. Tempests very exposed right now. Back at home. Vikings murdering printf's economy. He's going to recall those Adepts to try and counter that. Is it enough? I actually think maybe those Vikings could take this out. They've done some good damage. He says, look, I forced you to go home. We're going to come back and rejoin with my army. He's going to pick off these 2 Adepts as well. 4 Tempests versus 11 Vikings. The problem is, of course, that there's nothing supporting these Vikings, and the Adepts are creating so much threat. The Tempests causing problems once more. printf here. He's picking away. He's just got to pick away. He's trying to click on these Vikings. Gets the Widow Mine there. And look at that. Yeah, the Vikings land. The Tempests come forward. Oh, that Viking dodged the shots by lifting off. because it became an air unit before the shots connected. The anti-air attack of the Tempest actually did no damage. I didn't even know that could happen. I assumed the shot would still connect. But interesting little interaction I did not know about. A few Tempests go down. The Tempest count's getting low, guys. Only 3 Tempests, but that's only 6 Vikings. Oh, man. That's only 6 Vikings. Shield batteries doing wondrous work. Cannons get a couple of shots off. And 2 Tempests, 8 Adepts. I mean, those Adepts just need to come over here. Those 4 Adepts still there. These Adepts come in. Once again, picking off the SCVs. And this is it. Bamboo Forest is in trouble right now. And is, I think, just might throw himself into the cannons at this point. Yeah, you know you're pretty screwed at this point. The cannons just do too much damage, man. Look at that. He's like, yeah, I'll get you, I'll get you, I'll get you, I'll get you, I'll get you. Will he get it? Does get the Tempest, but loses every Viking for it. And with that, the Bamboo Forest. Trying to blind counter with the second barracks and the wall off, but all that does is hand 2 depot kills on a platter to printf and ruins your own tech at the same time. Bamboo Forest, mate. I actually think he did really good at holding on with the bunkers and getting the Viking count up. I would not have done anywhere near that well. But at the same time, letting that get established, I mean, that's kind of the lazy way of countering printf, and printf plays against this all the time. A lot of Zergs will just go 12 pool. They'll say, you can't cannon me if I 12 pool. And it's like, but now you're behind on economy. And printf has so many different ways of adjusting to that. Same thing here. They're like, you can't even get your cannons in my base. Walled you off, got a bunker on the high ground. You can't get in here. And he's like, well, I'll pick those off, and then I'll build a Stargate and pick away at you with Tempests. So anytime you try to fight against a strategy without interacting, you try to just go, no, you can't do your thing. No, don't even give it a chance. And you don't do anything that relies on you actually blocking them physically with any sort of execution or skill. Usually it's a sign you're taking the easy way out, the lazy way out, in my opinion. And you should really instead focus on actually blocking what's going on. Let's do one more. This one's called Channeling My Inner Sewer Mermaid. It's against Dolan. It's a PvT. I don't know what that means, but Dolan's a really good Terran, guys, and he does sometimes rage as well. I think it's Dolan that people say BM's quite a bit. It doesn't BM to me, but I think I've heard people say, like, oh, Dolan's like a massive dick or something. Is it Dolan I'm thinking of? Am I thinking of someone else? Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. I'm not sure. Dolan's always been cool to me. All right, maybe it's someone else I'm thinking of. Oh, I'm thinking of Satorks. I'm thinking of Satorks because they're always very similar MMR Terrans who have relatively similar styles. Yeah, no, Dolan's cool. Never mind, guys. I'm like just sledging Dolan. Yeah, Satorks is the super BM guy I was thinking of. Sorry. I feel like they have pretty similar styles, so I sometimes get them confused. Dolan's probably so mad if he hears that. Someone's gonna like clip that and link it to him and be like, Pig thinks you're a BM piece of shit. Anyways, let's go. We're gonna do all these VODs together for YouTube, these printf ones, since they are shorter. So let's go. Up here in the top left-hand side, let's see what he's got. Channeling his inner sewer mermaid. It's printf. Of course, guys, remember printf is usually playing at no shade on Florencio, but he is playing at about 1,000 MMR higher than Florencio usually. So this is a different sort of crazy cannon rush we're gonna see. Dolan here doing my favorite response. He doesn't have an SCV on the low ground. That could be a mistake. I like this. 2 SCVs are saying, taste my drill. Oh, you can do a 3 pylon wall. I didn't know that. Oh, that's dirty. Okay, Dolan's got it. Yeah, put lots of SCVs on that and that. The problem is, if you look at this space, a cannon can fit there, pylon there. But this will go down quick enough. You'll kill the cannon before it finishes. So I don't think this can work. If Dolan puts a few SCVs on that pylon as well, especially, I'd love to see one more SCV. This SCV shift to the left, so you can fit a 5th SCV on that. Oh, he's locked in. He's locked in. I think it's fine for Dolan. Dolan's just got to attack. He's got to split the workers. Oh, the lovely pylon block. And only 2 SCVs can get it. I can't believe he... Oh, that's beautiful. printf knows his spots perfectly. There's a Marine and 2 SCVs trying to take on this cannon. Is it enough? The probe's trying to take on the Marine. Oh my god, wait, what the hell? Oh, that Marine, he's trying to dance it in and out of cannon range, but it's not going to be enough. The Marine gets focus fired. The SCVs go down. Oh, I can't believe he got this. I can't. Oh, it goes down. It's okay. He's held. He loses 3 SCVs. That's not too bad, though. Yeah, he can kill that probe. He kills the probe. It's fine. This is what I'm talking about. Pulling the SCVs is the right call. So he's got to clear these pylons with these SCVs that are trapped. Oh, he's going to actually let the gateways finish and go, Zealots, and he's pulling 5 more oh my god! Printf is really going true Florencio. He's been inspired by the sewer mermaid, and he's gonna bring some of that filthy secondary probe pull gateways inside your opponent's main here to this level of play. Oh my god, the Marine's gotta be a pullback. Oh, Dolan, he loses a Marine. The other Marine, oh my, no, Dolan cannot believe what's happening right now. That Marine cannot go down. If that Marine goes down, he is in Dicktown. Second Marine pops out. It should be able to finish that Zealot. Does end up going down. Does depower these gateways. We've got a bunch more probes in here. There's 2 Marines out. There is no way this can work for printf. Sure, no, you gotta pull SCVs. You gotta pull SCVs. Oh my god, he lets him get the block up again. No. Is he actually, you can't make this work. He let him get the block up. Okay. Dolan, don't prioritize shit talking over micro. You need more SCVs to depower that right now. Stop typing. The Marines need to focus fire that pylon. Oh, he thinks he's... No, Dolan, if Zealots get out, you're in trouble. A-move the SCV. Okay, SCVs defend the probes. The Marines are there. That Zealot gets cucked. This one is going to get out, though. We're going to see 1 Zealot pop out, more pylons going down. Oh my god, printf doggedly doing this. The last probe in the base trying to run in there. This Zealot dancing. He's trying to dance. He's like, I can dance all day. I mean, he has a knife in hand, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Printf desperately trying to get this up. Remember, guys, Dolan is almost out of minerals right now, and somehow a pylon got up on the right-hand side. That is the only probe on this side of the map right now. All the drilly boys are chasing it. We're going to see another Zealot out in a second, and that will distract. This Zealot just wants to distract. Look at that. He's going for the fresh mule. He goes for the fresh mule, forces the mule off the mining, pulls away from the Marines. He's going to try and fight that Marine over there. Cannons are going down. He's going for the transition back into the cannons. Ooh, that Zealot gets cucked. Dolan's micro is so good. So good right now. Oh, he's going to focus the pylon, but another pylon is already on the way back here. So even though they're going to be depowered for a second, oh, the Zealot gets out just barely. No. Oh, he gets a Marine and runs away. The Zealot actually gets that. I cannot believe it. The probe goes down, but the pylons and the cannons are finished. The Zealot leading the SCVs on a merry chase right now does end up going down, but the cannons are up and the command center is being lifted. And as the dust settles, it's 19 SCVs versus 13 probes. But, I mean, there's cannons and Zealots in your main base. This is an awkward scenario. I cannot believe printf salvaged this situation. Dolan needed to block that secondary block off from going on. He was too busy typing. And yeah, he ended up putting himself in a small lead, I would say. Yep, I agree, printf. I think you are slightly behind. Did he just drop a mule? Oh, he scanned. Dude, where's your depot? What are you... Dolan, you've been supply blocked for like a minute. Oh my god. Dolan, why have we got 2 bunkers here? He doesn't realize there's nothing being built out of that. Oh, Dolan, he could have gone down and got rid of that gateway. Maybe even been in range of that pile. Is he going to lose an SCV? Oh my god. printf is just building a Zealot and a Stalker, and he's going to be so annoying with these units. A Stalker there can deny your mineral line. So Dolan feels like he needs to fight for this. And he does, but like, it's just only 4 unupgraded Marines. He's lost so much mining time. Oh man, you gotta pull another SCV. Good micro so far. The Stalker picks off a red hit point Marine. Is it gonna stop the bunker? It will. Takes a few extra Marine shots, but worth it. That SCV count is now below the 20 probes of printf. printf continuing to build Stalkers up here. No probes up here, so he cannot move shield batteries forward or anything like that. But he can just pick away pretty much forever. So good micro by printf, doing a bit of target fire. For those who don't know, if you actually target an exact Marine, your Stalker will actually shoot faster than if you attack move. If you attack move, there's a small delay where it has to kind of track and select the unit. It's a fraction of a second, but it does make a difference. When you're starter stepping backwards against something like Marines or Roaches, your Stalkers are much more effective if you target individual Roaches with them rather than attack moving. Not always possible, but definitely something you can get a bonus out of. And printf, of course, the guy who's created the Minute Micro series, knows all about that. And Dolan's in trouble now, man. He's trying to build a Reaper, a factory. I think the Reaper might even be a mistake. We've got more Stalkers building up here. 3 Stalkers. He's going to try and make a 4. So he's just going to try and bust. Right now, printf has a lot of money. But because he's so focused on the micro... Oh, look at that. Picks off the SCVs. The Marines are going to have to pop out for vision, but this Stalker's guarding. He says, if you pop out of that bunker, I will get you. Oh, no, printf! Clicked on an SCV accidentally. Behind this, Robo, 2 more gateways going down. So it looks like Probably just a Warp Prism and a ton of Stalkers. Maybe an Immortal, maybe a Disruptor could be good. Dolan's in trouble right now. Yeah, he's got to dance in and out to spot that high ground, man. And we need more Marines in this bunker. This bunker's not as important. He needs more Marines in that bunker. So this is the big mistake. Yeah, Dolan realizing this is now going to put more Marines in that bunker. And that Reaper's just going to poke in and out for vision. Just needs to not get shot. That Reaper needs to survive. Repair. Oh, no. He loses the bunker. Oh, my God, the Reaper goes down. Oh, Dolan's so tilted. Dolan is so tilted, guys. He's building a tank, but it's way too late now. I mean, he's losing half of his mineral mining. And printf has got a fat saturated mineral line, a fifth. That's actually a 5th gateway. I guess he can't power that one. So effectively a 4th gateway. 4 gateways and a robo. Warp Prism starts up right there. And, oh man, this is just some nice moves from printf. Being an absolute douchebag. I love it. Gets rid of the bunker. He's going to get rid of the depot. A few SCVs are out here. Oh man, he's going to have to like siege a tank in the mineral line. And then how does he ever get high ground vision? He's got a Viking on the way, but... Oh, Dolan's in trouble, dude. I guess that's a good tank position there. Actually, I guess floating barracks can spot the high ground, so not a bad move. Got to bring the barracks to safety though, although Stalkers will take it down. He's got to repair that. He's actually got to keep that alive. You don't want to waste a barracks in this low economy situation, so we'll have to repair that at some point. Meanwhile, Warp Prism coming across the map here. It's just Stalkers still, guys. There's no other units. Warp gates are done. I mean, I'd love to see Disruptors to siege this down when your opponent's pinned back like this. He's going to go Twilight Council, maybe for Blink, maybe for Charge. A few Zealots, he might just... Oh, I guess you just bust. Drop Zealots on the tank and just charge with Stalkers, right? I think those Zealots go in that Warp Prism. He's just got to come in from the right, where the Viking isn't watching. Yeah, you know you want to. You know you want to do it, baby. He scans. Ooh. Couple shots on that. Oh no, the Viking goes down, and with it, Dolan's high ground vision. Dolan pinned back here. He's building bunkers there. I think he needs that barracks floating. He needs high ground vision. Oh my God, he's trying to mass bunkers in his mineral line. Like, this is a desperate Terran base right now. He's gonna go do a Stalker drop around the north and start picking off add-ons is printf. Meanwhile, Zealots here. Charge on the way back at home. He's chrono boosting it. Oh man, goodbye Stim. He's gonna have to repair very quickly. Does get the repair off, but I mean, he's blocked by his own bunkers here. Unupgraded Marines, SCVs coming forward. printf just getting so many juicy kills, and you can see it in the units lost tab as he just picks off units over and over again. Tanks finally do get some shots, but you know what? He's almost ready for the next attack, guys. It's going to be a wave of charge lots warped in there, and he's just going to charge into this base. I'd love to see Zealots on this side, actually. Yeah. Because you want to get Zealots in from this angle and this angle, because just going down the ramp into the bunkers is not going to work too well. Stim's almost finished. Oh, if Dolan's not in the bunkers, this would be terrible for him. This would be really bad if he's not in those bunkers. One big charge Zealot all in. 10.5 minutes into the game, guys. The King of Cannons about to be the king of one base charge all in. No, don't. Why are you loading into your medevacs? What are you doing, Dolan? Dolan, get out of there. You could get force fielded, dude. You're out of boost. I think Dolan's getting a little bit finicky with his fingers right now. I don't think you want anything sitting in medevacs right now, buddy. He has no idea what's happening on the other side of the map. Oh no, he moves across just as the all-in's coming in. It's printf. He doesn't expand. You just need to survive. Oh yeah, look at that. Printf's like, where'd those medevacs go? You gotta go right now. Printf is now long distance mining since his main's mined out. So he's just clicked his probes down there, something he does very regularly. Oh, this game's about to get weird, guys. Do we recall? Yeah, he's gonna recall. He's gonna recall for sure. Nope. He's gonna embrace the all-in. Alright, here we go. Charge Zealots! Oh my god, the first tank volley is huge. If those SCVs can repair the tanks for a bit, that'll be massive. Drilly boys have been attack moved. Oh, I would have loved some repairing those 2 tanks. Oh, this tank in the back doing some good damage, but there's nothing else. There's no Widow Mines, there's no Marines, it's just the one bunker. Nice mass repair to keep that tank alive for a few more seconds, but oh, it just looks like, I think there might just be too much Protoss. I don't know. Oh, the double drop is going to checkmate him on the other side of the map. This bunker desperately trying to hang on. Just a few zealots and stalkers, but those marines all stimmed very low. The marauder goes down as well. Combat shields finishes just after every marine dies. Isn't that just the way it always goes? And in fact, I think it might have even been denied. It did a fraction of a second from finishing. Does get denied. Now, we've got one stalker. I think this is a draw, guys. I'm pretty certain that this is a draw. There's no probes on the map. There is only one stalker. Dolan simply needs to find dead space, and I believe you can hide a barracks there without it getting shot from the stalker. At most, you have 2 stalkers as printf. Dolan just has to lift off the buildings. And actually, Dolan might even be able to win the frontal fight, right? Okay, I think Dolan's actually got this. I can't believe it, man. printf just took a bit too long to finish him off. I actually think there might have been a window just going in with the prism, warping around a zealots or 2, and just going with slow zealots. I think he took a bit too long to transition. I don't think it's possible for printf to win this game now. We've got 4 zealots and a stalker. And, I mean, there's a prism. He would need to do the sickest prism micro. Remember, they don't have shields, guys. Yeah, look at that. printf's got to run. He's got to run. He's got to run. Charge. Charge, charge. You gotta go, I think. No? He's got to wait for the sim. No! printf, he ran through the slow field. Yeah, it was an unwinnable situation. Oh, damn. What diddly. That was crazy, man. I do think with the prism took a long time. So he was microing his stalkers so hard. Remember that printf floated like 600 minerals. So if he'd gone a little bit less heavy on the micro, a bit more robo and stuff like that, I think that would, I mean, the micro was well worth it. But if he just got that prism here a little bit faster, and I think if instead he just went, like I said, zealots, 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 and just went, there was a point where there was like 1 tank and 7 heavily wounded marines, and there was no bunkers. So I really do feel if he just like was warping in zealots this whole time, I mean, warp gate was very delayed as well, which is, I guess, part of why he didn't go for it quite as quickly as he would have liked. But yeah, I don't know. I think instead of the Twilight, just zealots, zealots, pick up and go. Yeah, I mean, as the second tank gets down, it gets scary. But I feel like he had to kind of trade with this right now, or he should have been going for the charge earlier, right? Adding the, it felt like the charge came in as an afterthought. He thought, oh, I can't really break this. It's a bit awkward. I also think expanding while the stalkers were harassing would have been a sure thing, right? I think if he actually expanded and then went charge zealots, like there's nothing Dolan can do, right? So I feel like, yeah, printf's in chat. He says we both threw this game about 20 times. Yeah, lots of little mistakes. That's what those games are the best for. I love it. GG, man. Thank you very much for those lovely replays. printf, the king of cannons. If you guys enjoyed this show, don't forget to follow printf's stream and channel. Minute Micro as well. If you search Minute Micro on YouTube, some of the best tutorials out there. And we recently did a video on our channel showing you guys a few of the challenges and saying, hey, if you want to improve your micro, understand unit interactions in StarCraft, he has a series of YouTube videos and an arcade map. So you can play the arcade map and play the challenges while watching his videos of him explaining how to do them and how to micro and the different techniques, which is amazing. So yeah, make sure you follow him and support him. If you do enjoy, thank you very much. Please consider supporting on Patreon. Info's down below in the description. Big thank you to the, we've had about a dozen people hop on and support the Patreon so far. So you guys know who you are. Thank you very much for the support. Info's in the description. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and have a good night. Thank you very much, friends. Catch you next time. Goodbye and good night.